Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Security Beast. And the topic for today is about discussing Kali with I3WM, as the title suggests. So, I'm a long-term user of Linux. I'm using Linux from a long time, almost a decade now. My problem with the Linux is the UI. So like I hate Gnome, I hate KD, I hate almost every interface available. Almost every Windows manager available in a default state. Like the most hated is the Unity. I really hate Ubuntu Unity interface. So okay, so let's not get there. First thing first, what is a window manager? Let's quickly Google it. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. What is window manager?
According to Wikipedia, a window manager is system software that controls the placement and appearance of windows within a windowing system in a graphical user interface.
Okay. So now, as Google told us that window manager is nothing but a window controlling system. Okay, so the UI after logging whatever the UI we see, that is called a window manager. So there are pretty much popular Windows manager available in the market. So like I believe the most used window manager is the Gnome 3 now, then KD, then XFCE, LXDE, Cinnamon. So these are so there is a list of plenty of Windows manager is available in the market. Okay, so my problem with the window manager is like I hate mouse. So like I believe on the keyboard driven flow of a Linux. Like every professional Linux user always use a terminal. He don't want anything like he's not going to check what clock it is or what applets are available. So majorly he tries to control everything with the keyboard. So some people generally even don't use X system. They just install a CLI and go with the CLI to save space and to improve the performance. And even after you by yourself, if you notice, you log into the desktop terminal, then for opening a pen drive maybe you are using a file explorer, and for browsing obviously Google Chrome or whatever the browser you prefer. So for that stuff you are using a GUI, right? Rest everything you are doing on a terminal, like running a nmap or performing any other pen testing activity. Everything is based on the terminal itself. Okay, so this is my first learning or teaching kind of video is, so I decided to start with a setup. So what setup I use? So I have a dedicated machine which I have a 16 GB RAM, i5 processor, and it's a ThinkPad X220 and 1 TB SSD. So that's all I use for every activity. And ThinkPad is preferred because it have all kind of connectivity. You can add a PCI Express card, then LAN WAN obviously it is there, and USB port, super USB port, and everything. And also it's a budgeted system. So like Dream Machine is something like a Razer, and like yes, I am also a fan of a MacBook, but as I'm growing old, I started believing on a assembling desktop and customizing operating system, so whatever you like. So I believe a ThinkPad can satisfy my requirement with a budget, considering the budget of the system. Okay, so the major challenge comes when it comes to decide the window manager. So as I already told you, I hate Gnome. So also I hate KD, and Unity is the most hated UI by me. Like many are people who might be loving it, but it's my personal opinion, nothing serious. Okay, so let's get started. How to install I'm not covering in this video, as I have already installed in this. So this machine, this testing machine is purely created for this video or upcoming videos for recording with the OBS software. Okay, otherwise I have a base Linux on my testing laptop. Okay, so once you install a i3WM, we are going to talk about the i3 window manager. I believe it's the fastest desktop manager I ever use. So I'll give you some history. Like before that, one of my seniors sir have taught me to use a Crunch Bang. I use it for a while, but then again I have to switch to the Kali. Then Kali default come with a Gnome, or and now they are coming with the XFCE. So till now I don't have any option for using Gnome, but now like XFCE is also there. You can use XFCE, and by that time I was not very good with the customization of Windows Manager and everything. So one day I saw someone's on someone's laptop, on my friend laptop, that a completely keyboard driven Windows Manager, and I asked him what is it. So he told me this is called the i3 Window Manager. So I said, oh, okay, that's what exactly I want. So I googled about it, I studied it, and finally I have become a proficient with it. So that guy was using Arch Linux, and with Arc he was using i3 WM. I fell in love with the i3 so much that I was planning to switch from Debian, from Kali to Arc also. But then I come to know that I can use the i3 window manager itself on Kali. So why not? So I give a try. I install i3 WM, and now I become quite proficient with the i3 window manager. Okay. So, getting started, the machine is booted. To install ITWM, it's not a big deal. You can, if you are using aptitude, then you can simply say aptitude install i3 WM, aptitude install i3 commons, aptitude install i3 status bar. So status bar is something which shows you your status, and it's a fully customizable. And i3 commons is the packages which are required for the i3 terminal and a desktop manager. So i3 is a tiling desktop manager. So those who are not aware about types of desktop manager can Google about it. So there are some composite desktop managers are there, tiling desktop managers are there, dynamic desktop managers are there, and one more is there, I believe active window. So when you are using a alt tab option, so it falls under dynamic or active window. And tiling means you will see all the windows side by side or one of the above. Okay, so i3 WM is a tiling windows manager. So let's get started how it looks. So select here. Here it says like I have freshly installed this Kali. It was with the XFCE environment, and then I used i3. So I'm starting i3 now. So entering the username, and boom. So I don't know what wallpaper will come. Oh, a true love. Okay, so this is a i3 window manager. That's all. It's all clear. Nothing like no icon is going to appear or nothing is going to come here. Okay, so here you can see it's a workspace selector. So when you default install i3 WM, it falls like this status bar. This is the i3 status bar. It falls a downside. Generally, when in default state it comes, it's a downside. The status bar is completely customizable. You can customize whatever you want. Here you can see the IP address, Wi-Fi IP address, Ethernet IP address, charging status, then the disk consumption, memory consumption, and I think this is also a slash root memory consumption, then date in DDMM Wi-Fi format, and time, and the network applet. So this is an M applet. I think this is from the Gnome part. Okay, so that's all. So this is how the i3 window manager looks. Okay, so now how to use it. Okay, so i3 window manager consists, as I told you clearly, it's a keyboard driven flow. So if you right click on this arrow, nothing is going to appear. If you left click, nothing is going to appear. This arrow is just for, I think during browser you can, during the time of browsing, you can use it. Okay, so let's see how to launch a terminal in i3. Okay, so I have assigned a shortcut. It is called a mod key, mod key. That mod key or super key. So super key act as a main control key, and based on it you can do other things. Okay, here I'm pressing a Windows T. Yeah, this is all. So this is my terminal. You can see here IP address, internet connectivity check. Yes, it's there. Okay, so with Windows T you can use a you can launch a terminal. Okay, and let's see what are the packages I have installed for i3. Okay, oh. Mm, Dollar I. Oh, mm, okay. We'll try other way around. Oops. So i3 gaps is installed. i3 gaps dot file is installed. i3 gaps Windows terminal is installed. i3 lock color is installed. i3 status is installed. And Kali desktop i3 gaps. So I think Kali have made a UI for i3 also. So this is installed. And mm, mm. and i3 lock is something like it gives you multi color multi monitor support, and i3 lock wrapper, so like your wallpaper become transparent, and in default it looks like this i3 lock, this. Okay, and all you need to press a key to unlock. Okay, and then i3 lock. Okay, i3 lock fancy is not installed, so you can see only this many things are there. i3 terminal. Okay, I have not installed i3 lock here. i3 lock fancy, so you can search for it. Okay, let's install. It's a good package. So like sudo is always there. Earlier I was logging in with the root, and then now I decided to use a normal user and user sudo. So here it's just 81 KB. The whole UI stands with the i3 lock fancies depend on i3 lock. So i3 lock is not installed. Dude, I have already installed i3 lock. Error. Okay. So you can see a transparent screen. So this is all i3 lock is. Okay. Nothing more than that. Yeah. Hmm? Okay. There might be some error. Okay. So locking is not, yeah, it locked the system. Okay. So this is i3 lock fancy and plain I have showed you earlier. Okay. Hmm. So now how to use a i3 how to use a i3 terminal. Okay, so whatever commands you have you need, so in default super key plus d option comes with the menu, and that menu will appear in a status bar. So you can see here when I press windows d, you can see all the commands here. So whatever commands are available in operating system, you can see it here, right? And you might be wondering, so this is a command, but uh, how to access the menu, like if you have menu there, like in, let's say you have installed some package like amazon's what it say, Amazon client, which you need to access from the menu. So what you have to do is like i3 then d menu, desktop menu. So here you can see it's a menu. Then about XFCE, accessibility, advanced network configuration, appearance, then bulk rename, create flash file, cherry. So you can see Firefox here. So this don't you think this looks like a menu in a Kali, right? So this is the menu. So you can access the menu with the i3d menu command. Okay, so you have to go to the launcher. Your status bar turns into a launcher. Then type i3 d menu, and here is the desktop menu for what you are looking for. Okay, then okay, Amazon is not installed here, so you can search in the menu also. There only in that small window. Okay, so this is i3d menu. Now let's take a look at the configuring i3 window manager. Okay. So all the configurations for i3 is you will find in a home directory. So home, config, i3 and config. Okay. So this mod key is something super user key. Okay. You can also run i3 config wizard. With that, I can demonstrate you i3 config i3 config wizard. Okay. So this wizard will get launched, and then you can select like what is the key, what key you want to use as a super user key. It's taking long. Mhm. So only 292 MB is in use till now. I think this config file is open, that's why it's not launching. Ideally it should not take this long. Yeah, also before we jump to the i3 configuration, I would like to show you one surprise thing. Like you check it on yourself on your system also. So if you take a look at the memory consumption of i3, it's super low. So here you can see i3 is using a 5 MB XFC terminal. So I have customized it. I love XFC terminal, so I'm using XFC terminal. Then whole i3 is using 3 MB around, or 31 MB. Okay. And there is no other process from i3. Yeah, i3 status bar, this is using 5 MB. Okay. So 5 plus 52 plus 31, 31 plus 5, 36, 36 plus 53, 52. So that is around 56 plus 32, 36, sorry, 36 plus 52. So 38 plus 50. So 88. So almost maximum memory consumption here we can see is the 88 MB. Right. There is one command like let me see whether it's present or not. Yeah. So here you can see a 14, 14 and 0.57 MB. So this is something like 20. It is showing a 28 MB memory consumption done by i3. So it's a very low memory consumption it uses. Okay, let's take a look at stop. Okay, may give us some trying to install the i3 fancy lock. If not, then I'll do update f. Ah, sudo. Sudo is always there. What? Yes. Ah. Okay. Ah, at least we can see it here. So you can see your memory consumption. It's out of 8 GB, only 286 MB is in use. And if we check here, i3's consumption, 20T, I don't know, it's in terabyte. Don't know what is that. So someone can uh, show me. Here we go. It's a like i3 status bar is using some memory. It's a 59 MB. Then XFC terminal and a applet. Then i3 is using 31 MB. Okay, so around 88 MB memory is just getting used here. Okay, so these are active processes, and user wise, if we take a look, no, priority wise, if we take a look, pulse audio is using memory size, yes. So i3 status bar, and so more or less this uses the very less memory. Trust me, I'm using this from quite long time, i3wm, and believe me, this is the ever best ever seen the status manager till now. Okay, so around average Unity desktop uses around 2 GB as per my experience. So fully customized, fully ready Unity UI around 1.5 to 2 GB. Genome also consume around 1 GB. KDE also consume around 1 GB. So you will never find a desktop manager consuming less than a i3. So if you can find, or if you know anything which I am not aware of it, then you can put it in a comment section. I'll also definitely try it. And so the reason for using i3 is the less consumption of memory, fully configurable, fully customizable. Then it's a titled window manager. So I'll show you how what is the titled window manager is. So you can see here, all windows are titled, so it's not overlapping on each other. On my base machine, it even flash like this. So plenty of terminals are open here. You can see almost 10-15 terminals, but it will manage by itself, and it will open. I don't know how many times I even pressed control T. So like, we time to get exit from this. Oh. Okay, let's get start escaping one by one. I'm killing it one by one terminal. I'm killing. So can you see the size is reducing? I'm not able to see it. Yes. So this is called a tiled window manager. So it will arrange windows side by side or one of the above, and it's like it's not like a one side front and back like alt tab. One windows in the background and other in the foreground. So I think in this demonstration I opened multiple terminals. So let's get exited from that. This video is purely for a learning purpose. I'm trying to make it funny and easy to learn. So, and I think we messed up with the system now, exiting one-on-one windows. Yeah, let's see how it works. I'm not going to start a new video for this just because of this mess. Okay, so we are good now. Yeah. Yeah, we exited plenty of terminals. So one terminal here, second terminal here, and you can navigate in Windows with a mod key, means super key plus arrow. He like this. Okay, so this is one workspace. You have option to create up to 10 workspace. Can you see that number is changing here? Workspace 10. So you can open a Firefox here. So for pen testing, like in one tab here, I open a Firefox. In second tab, I open a burp suite. So Firefox is here. On Windows 2, here we can start a burp, not that correct one. Otherwise, someone can sue me. So in one window, here generally I open a browser, and here a burp suite, and here my terminal. It gone somewhere. Okay, exit this, then come here, exit browser. Burp process. I think it got killed. It got killed. No worries. Okay, so no Java memory consumption will be happening. Okay, now let's take a look at. I hope you have understood how to get started with the i3. So this is the menu. Here you can use a desktop menu. This will appear like this. Anything you want to start, you just type a Windows D and you type a command what you want to start, like a Firefox, a Burp suite, then uh, any UI program, Zenmap. Okay, Zenmap is not there, or anything like any program you want to start, you can start it from here. Okay, like aircrack ng, it's a terminal. Again, it will come and disappear. Yeah, because it's a command line utility, right? So it will go somewhere else. So these are 10 10 different windows available. This is window 1, and here window 2, then window uh, window 4, and so on till 10. Okay, so you can use a 10 workspace here in i3, so to run smoothly. And as I told you, this is a tiled window manager. It will automatically arrange something like this. So whatever you want to do, you can like sudo tel -f var log messages. You can check the messages here. You can start a process, systemctl start apache, uh, no apache found, apache 2. Okay, authentication complete, apache started, but no log has been created. Okay, apache log created in var log apache. Access log. Okay, access log is there. You can see logs here. So like let's say curl hyphen -i shift equals // 192.168.29.10. It's my IP address. Get invalid. You can see here a logs. So you can simply do something like this. If you want to diagnose something, you can open logs here, or even you can open a third terminal. It's getting snipped. So so this kind of activities you can do, and plenty more. So now let's take a look at uh, how to configure a i3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's beautiful. So I love her Harlequin. Okay, so how to configure a i3 window manager? So we have to i3 configuration file, one you find in etc i3 config. uh, Long back I work a lot on this file. I try to change every parameters, but nothing was working. Then then after debugging a lot, after troubleshooting a lot, I've came to know that the config file you found for i3 in the home location. So .config, here you will find i3 config here, and in this is the config file which you need to edit for configuration. So what you can do, like set mod 4. So here you can like most of the setup you can keep as it is. So this bind sim is the key. So which key you want to use for this? Okay, no, bind sim is a property where you can set a key. Okay, so let's take a look. Start a terminal here. This is a start terminal mod t. So this dollar mod is the, when you initially start i3, then you can see it will ask which key you want to use as a mod key. So I'm using a Windows key. So when I press Windows T, it will open a terminal. Okay, then you can also start a Google Chrome with a mod W. Then to kill the window, you can use Windows Shift Q or whatever key you want to use, but generally this is the default key, Mod Shift Q, to kill the windows. Okay, and to start the menu which we are talking here, this menu, to start this menu we have to press Mod D. Okay, so it will start a menu and you can launch anything from there. Then these are the keys to focus left, right, like Mod K, focus will change. Mod J, the focus will change. Can you see it here, like JK here? Just see this JK. Oh shit. Uh, so like this, or you can use arrow key also, like Windows and Mod key and arrow key. Okay. Yeah, you can see here cursor, Mod left, up, down, right. Okay, then move focus window. That's fine. Like we don't need now. Then bind same, move Mod H. So let's do Mod H. Nothing happened. Mod H. Nothing happened. Mod. Okay, Mod V. Okay. Okay. Split horizontal orientation. So this is a full screen. Okay, Mod F you can use for a full screen. Mod Shift V. No, it's not working. Mod V is not working. Okay, that's fine. So you can switch a window to full screen and you can come back to this window also. You can switch it to full screen also, like this. And when multiple windows are there. Okay, so what essential, so these are the keys, like set workstation, like when you press a mod 2 we will go to terminal 2, when we press a mod 3 it will go to terminal 3, and mod 1 comes to the mod 1. Okay, so these are the keys, mod 1 to 0. Okay, and these are the workspace. I think you can configure more workspace also, not sure. Okay, and to shift one window to another window, let's say I have open Firefox here, Firefox. Now I want to send this Firefox to a workspace 2. So how can I do it? So select this Firefox, then mod shift 2. Here you go. Firefox is at second terminal. If you want to send it to first, then mod shift 1. So here you go. It is back. And to kill this, Windows Shift Q. Okay, it's that easy. Then mod shift reload your i3 configuration, and this is window resizing. I don't use it much. And yeah, some personalization. What you have to do is like in my ThinkPad the audio keys was not working in default. So what I have added is like this one. I found it on Stack Overflow, to be very honest. So it exec the A mixer and as set the volume by 5%. So these are for the mute, volume less, and volume plus keys. Okay. So this I need to add, and the other thing which I have added is the wallpaper. So you can use a Fay tool, Fay command. Fay, you need to install it. It doesn't come automatically, and you have to write something like this: exec Fay randomize bg fill, and bg fill is the property of it. So like how you want to put, and this is the bar position. Like if you keep in generally it's a bottom. I love it at the top. So at top the status bar is there. Okay, so here you can configure whatever you want to do with this. Exiting terminal and i3. So this is the core i3 config, and I think there is something i3 status bar. You can configure the status bar too, like what you want, where you want. One second. Yeah, here. So in i3 status bar, you can configure this. So what you want, like how the order should be. So I said IP-basics first, then wireless, then Ethernet, then battery status, then disk load, then memory, and then the time zone. So what time zone you want, and you can configure this like this. So what you want. So battery, so status, percentage, and remaining. These are the properties which you can see. So in my slash, how many spaces available. So here it is showing 288 GB still free, and format is like in every 1 minute it will load, and the time zone local, how you can configure the time zone. So year, month, date, hour, minute, second. So this is the YYMMD time zone format which we generally do. So this is how you can use a i3 terminal. This is the most fantastic desktop manager I ever used. You don't need to use a mouse at all in this Linux. So it's super smooth, super fast, super powerful. I must suggest that those who are keyboard driven guys, or those who are get worried about memory consumption, those who memory consumption done by a Gnome or Unity. Let's see average of memory consumption how it's. So I think the top window manager is still the Gnome, I believe. Top Windows manager for Linux. For Linux, here we go. Oh, that is strange. I think it's a personalized result. That's why i3 is coming first. Okay, so it's like nothing like that. Nothing like that. If I was talking about i3 and i3 suddenly come as a top Windows manager, okay, but I don't believe that this is the okay 13 tiling Windows manager. I think Google is listening to our recording, and that's why it is suggesting top 10 Windows manager for Linux. Yeah, we can take this, so like from years, like I'm saying that best window manager is like a Genome and KD. These two is always having a race. It's first.com trusted, and let's see here again. Some call them desktop manager, not a window manager. I don't know if there is any desktop manager. Let's see. It's a Genome. Okay, it's a Genome. Second is KD. You'll not find anywhere nearby to this. Also, I have done some customization, like some package I'm using, like this terminal is not a i3 sensible terminal. Basically, i3 sensible terminal creates a same link to the terminal which you already have. So this terminal is a XFCE terminal. So if you can see here, this is the XFCE4 terminal. So I'm using this along with this PCman FM was a I'm using Tunar as a file manager. So this is the Tunar for file manager. Often like most of the time it works CLI only. Sometimes I need a file manager. So I have installed a Tunar as a file manager, because Nautilus is again heavy, and PCman FM don't contain or doesn't contain everything. Like this tabular feature is not present. I don't know why I decided to go with the Tunar, but yeah. So Tunar is really good, and like a browser, I use a Chrome. So here you can see someone is saying KD is the best desktop manager, KD Plasma. Then someone is saying so pros and cons: modern and polished UI, highly customizable, flexible experience, several useful tools, extremely lightweight. That their lightweight means there it is using around 1 GB. Okay, and for me it's a super heavyweight. Then Met is there, uh, easy to use. Then Genome, this is the UI which I hate most, and Cinnamon is good, looks pretty, and comes with a Linux Mint, I think. Yeah, Cinnamon comes with a Linux Mint. It looks like a Windows. Yeah. Then Budgie, I don't know. I never use that. Then LXQT I used for a while, so it comes with a Lubuntu default. It's a LXDE environment. It stands for itself a lightweight Qt environment. Okay, so it's a good like LXD. You can give a try. Extremely fast performing, lightweight, decent UI, lightweight desktop. Then user interface, unleavened, not much customizable available. Then XFCE is the second good, I believe. So it's a advanced version of LXDE and dip in. No, not aware. So trust me, i3 is the best desktop environment. If you guys are aware of something more cooler than i3 WM, then give a cheers and share it in a comment. I'm super excited. So let's see i3 versus Gnome. I don't know even like this comparison should not be happen. i3 is a tiling Windows manager alternative to Gnome and Unity. Tiling means window size are non-overlapping frames instead of traditional stacking Windows manager that are familiar with. i3 Windows manager, I switched to Gnome. I switched from Gnome to i3WM. So like that guy is something like me. 5 reasons why i3 window manager makes Linux better. Let's see something if I miss from them. If the author have covered something more than this. Oh my god. Best 20 Linux manager. Here you can see the number one i3. The thorough documentation of Linux Windows Manager i3 is entirely configured, and this Windows Manager can be configured in any way user wants, from placement to open application, customize keyboard shortcut, configuring in every way. The plain text configuration are effortless and readable. So i3 is like wonderful. There is no option to i3. So those who want to go with those who are awesome is something I heard about it, and it also looks like a i3. So number one desktop manager is i3 from my side. So give a try, definitely. For if you are a pen tester, if you are a security researcher, if you are a Linux freak, if you are even a Linux admin, then also you can give a try to i3 window manager. So 5 reasons i3 window manager makes Linux better. So let's see. It's a minimalistic. As I told you, it's like a size of i3 is very less. Like uh, oh oh when you switch from a ThinkPad keyboard to other, this happens. It's around 10 MB. I'll give you some more information. Too many failures. Let's see. Oh, caps lock on. Hmm? Let's see how much i3 status takes. Ah, so uncompressed size is 147 KB i3 status. Okay, so now let's take a look at 147 KB, man. Let's see i3 gaps, how it takes. It's again uncompressed size is 10 KB. 10 KB. i3 status we done, gaps we done, i3. Let's see WM is present or not. Okay, let me see what is this package i3. Yeah, so here we go. Again 4000 KB. So it's not even a 4 MB. Okay, let's see what is the size of i3 they mention on this. Uh, uh, Size of i3W. I think Wikipedia can give us. It's 1.2 MB. It's less than a photo clicked by DSLR, like half of it. Okay, so combine, like if you install i3 status, i3 lock, i3 fancy, i3 gaps, i3 board, everything combined will be less than a 10 MB. Okay, so that's all for today's. Thank you for watching my videos, and go with the i3 desktop manager on Kali Linux. It will be an amazing experience. Thank you so much.